Hey there everybody, this is Shago. Welcome back to part 2 of Kim Possible What's the Switch. Last episode we just did some shenanigans in Monkey Fist Temple and Ryan Jack got the brain switched. That's terrible. Usually at the start of the level there's going to be a little cutscene, so I'm going to press X now and be quiet for a little bit.
Professor Dementor's air carrier is hovering near the clock tower. He must be on his way there. And she goes right behind him.
Got it. On my way.
Oh, and Kim, I've sent you some gum. The super sticky kind. Try it out.
Thanks, Wade.
So yeah, as Wade just hinted, we have ourselves a new gadget. You select gadgets with L2 and R2. Expect me to confuse these with L1 and R1, the handsprings. I guess there is sort of a cutscene here, but it's irrelevant because all it does is show off enemies. Gum is really useful against most Mook's Kim fights. Simply because you can throw it at them and they stick to the ground, and then just one punch kills them outright. So yeah, I say most enemies. I'll explain later. Some enemies can't be affected by the gum. I think we see them in this level anyway. I'm very much introduced to most of the mooks in this level. There's another guy there. I'm going to wait for him to move away so I can throw gum at him and smash. Now, I always talk about other icons in this game. There's one right there, and you can wall jump on that wall to get it. It's a Club Banana icon. There's 3 for each character. 3 for Kim, 3 for Sheikah in the level. And by getting all 3 and completing level, you get an extra costume to use in the actual game. Doesn't actually have any significance to the game, but yeah, it's nice enough to have. You can also get the Club Banana icon. I think that's the way you're supposed to do it. Go on the roof there and jump to it, but yeah, the other way is, for me, is somewhat easier, and that's the way I usually do it. Because as you notice, it's not that accurate. And well, now the game's going to tell you about the gum now, which I've already just mentioned. You can use the gum to stick things to enemies. The thing about the gum and a certain power it will be gained later is that it goes on a horizontal plane. So if you're in a little area that's like on a curve, probably not the best example, but there's one later in, I believe, the next level that goes around the curve that probably works the same thing. But you might think it'll go around the corner just like typical 2.5D thing, but nope, it goes in a straight line. And we found our second communicator icon, not communicator icon, Club Banana icon, Harry. Don't go for the switch just yet, just double jump to it. And then use the switch. That's Gum's second purpose. Use it to stick switches down. Also, if you miss a target, it sticks to the floor. And well, you can bait people into it, it's pretty funny actually. Now that I actually mention it. And right here I believe is a cutscene, so now I have to be quiet.
Wade, I'm stuck. I see an elevator above me. Any idea how to activate it?
Let me check. Got it. There's a control room inside. If you send Rufus in, I bet he could turn the power on.
You're the best.
So now we have Rufus, our unstoppable pet naked Morat. These sections with Rufus are sort of like a combination between Rufus' shenanigans in the second Kim Possible game for the Game Boy Advance and the stuff he had to do with him in the third game, and where he was like climbing into vents and fighting wires and stuff. I believe he has his phone health there, and well, steam vents do actually hurt him, so be careful. He also collects communicator icons, so there are some here in case you've probably not noticed. In case you're like one of those people who wonder what's an airport. But yeah, you usually find a switch and you have to press the switch. In a couple later levels later. Yeah, that's redundancy there, should I go? A couple of levels, there's also wires you have to show, and that's the main objective instead. Not going for that just yet because there's an extra life right there. And while I say extra lives are irrelevant, I mean some are just there in the way. And there's the whole collect 50 communicators thing. Climb onto the elevator. And now it's Shigo time, who doesn't have any weapons to kill everybody with, so... Best strategy is to do the flying kick, which is basically you pressing kick while in midair. And then hitting the combo.
Gonna owe me for this. Big time.
Sometimes it doesn't work because you get mysteriously hit. For some like mysterious reason. Also, don't try to end up on the road, because you'll die. These sections now kind of like remind me of another game A2M actually developed for the Xbox 360 that I actually played just a couple of days ago. Wet for the Xbox 360. If anyone's said that. I don't actually. I wonder actually why people say that that game is pretty bad. I mean, I pretty much enjoyed that game. The music was great. The battle combat was awesome. A bit repetitive at times, but yeah, it just kind of reminded me there of the car surfing patch I had to do in that game. With oh yeah, I had plenty of QTEs as well. I mean, I'm not really a fan per se of QTEs in games, but there seems to be. I think since they first came out with Shenmue and Dreamcast, everyone decided to start using them. It's kind of turned to like a dead horse thing now. It's being a dead horse. It's kind of annoying now. Kind of went down here. There's a Club 9 icon there. I actually missed that the first time I played through this. I think this was actually the only level in the original playthrough where I actually missed the Club Banana icon. The first one for Kim and that one I believe, as well as I believe is Kim's third one I missed as well. But yeah, I kind of just proceeded through the level. Oh yeah, another thing I didn't really like about Wet, and I don't know why I'm ranting about a R-rated game in a pretty much a universally rated game, but I doubt anybody over the age of 12 probably going to be looking at my LP, so yeah, Wet. The thing I didn't like is that sometimes you could just fall like a foot off the oh shoot, I'm communicating back in. Oh well. Is that you could actually fall like a foot off the ground and die from fall damage. As if it was like a bottomless pit. And when more new enemies, these demo men, they throw grenades at you and they're irritating. But most of them are going in the background. And this one I believe throws 2 grenades at you and then decides to come to the foreground to try and kill you. Ow. But I believe he works pretty much like, it's pretty much like an advanced move in that it takes like a few more hits to kill than the standard combo. But yes. I also said that a lot. There's a Club Banana icon I'm going to go get shortly, but first communicator icons. You have to be careful here because you just proceed through the level, you can't get these again. until you like restart the level. Because around here is a checkpoint of sorts, so again, try not to get pincered in, because getting pincered in is bad. But I'm just kind of fortunate enough to not get pincered in. I forget whether I think that was the second icon for Shigo. And if you're going for all the icons, make sure you grab this one. Use the mess. Oh no, that's the yeah, it is the second, because I know exactly where the third one is, because it's right at the end of the level. So I think now, once we've done this bit, we'll switch to Chem. But yeah, the reason I was going to do this post commentary, but I was doing the commentary for this. By the way, elevator, it stops and lets mooks on. Before I go into my usual rant about post commentary. When you're in this area, watch for a blue coloured window on the right hand side, because that's where the last Club Banana icon is for Chem. It also skips the 9 parts of the level where there's like a demo man throwing bombs at you. And there's also health and extra lives. And a lot of communicator icons. And there's all of the Club Banana icons for this level. Where's the window, damn it. See, that bomb guy's not going to bother us anymore, so yeah. These two guys here decide to jump on the opposite side of where they are. And once you killed them, we're introduced to another new mook. These are the slightly stronger mooks. Well, I call them armoured mooks, mainly because they're the only mooks that block your attacks. As demonstrated here. Basically, you do a combo attack on them, Kim's stunned for a while, and basically they take a free swing at you, which can be bad at times. So what you want to do is either try using the jump kick or slide, and then kill them. As a matter of fact, I believe, as far as I know in this game, the only mook's not vulnerable to the chewing gum. This guy's also a pain, because I thought he would come down on this left hand side, but he doesn't. He's a mook that tries to ambush you on the right hand side. So I'll bait him to go to that side, and I'm going to go out. Viable strategy. And yes, as you've probably just seen that you can stick guns to the floor and enemies will stupidly run into it. So overall, not too bad. There's a few communicator icons here that are easily missed if you fall down, because sometimes you can't get back up. And a funny story about my previous demo attempt is that when I got to this part, the game froze on me. And yes, I've just showed you that they are invulnerable to the gun. Luckily the game didn't freeze on me this time, so that's all good. There's another section here of goons being annoying. You'll want to break this window here on the left, because with communicator icons, it's the only way that left is going to move again. That's one of the things I didn't remember, and I got my ass kicked about as well. Did you get my butt, my rear end kicked? I'm almost dead. I think I probably got 1 or 2 more hits left. As far as I know, both Kim and Shigo can take about 5 hits before they lose a life. Depending on what they're facing. Also here was something else I also brain farted on. There's a switch there and I didn't even notice it. But all that's up here is an extra life since there's nothing really much else for you to get here. And right there in the level now, pretty much. Because once we're done Shigo's car surfing shenanigans, we're done with the level. Also watch out for the signs on the main road here. Some you have to jump over like this one, the other one's like the one before you have to duck under. Oh, thanks for help. I missed it. There was a token. Hopefully we should have 148. Hopefully. I really hate that the jump kick sometimes. It's either the jump kick has a disjointed hitbox or the hitbox for the attack of the Goon is messed up. So right here, when these trailer communicator icons picks up, make sure you collect them all because one of them's a Club Banana Raikou. Right there, and that's right at the end of the level because there's no level. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, I would say so myself. And well, here's the thing properly. Oh, I missed 3. And I unlocked the new outfits for Kim and Shigo, which, well, I'll show off in the next episode. I mean, I didn't really show them off properly, but you know. Again, take care and thanks for watching my videos. Ciao.